Canada is developing one stance, especially Canadian citizens, that Canada is altered. Canada is spoiled due to the migration, and migration let them down. And in other words, they want to say that migration system is ruining their society, and Canadian society is claiming that migration is not good for them. I think this current stance is not new stance. This stance is created almost last year when Justin was being criticized that you allowed a lot of use less migrants. There is too much migration and housing crisis, and companies are not giving us jobs. I myself received one message of old Canadian citizen, old citizen, and what she was writing that I have no my own house, and I was shocked because these developed countries respect much for old citizens. They are given facilities, the finances, the funds, allowances, and I don't know she was telling right thing, wrong thing, because I had no any assessment of that woman. But one thing is clear, that Canadian citizens developed 1 year back one angle of thinking that all our problems are due to the migration. But my question is only one, that after Justin departure, new government came. Now this is a quite stable government, and there is no much protest in Canada. Only protests are more common in Australia and UK these days. In US, 3 countries. Canada first time reduced anti-migrant protests after arrival of new government, and it was natural because people normally gave time to new migration minister, new prime minister, and they are thinking that what is their plan. They are changing rules and they are tightening migration, and also one reason of reduction of anti-migrant protest within Canada, the migration system is controlling migrants. Mean they are not giving visas to all students, as I recorded in other session, in which some students, and which is also not much good as well and not much bad as well. I think filtration must be necessary. It never means the people applying for any visa for Canada, they are Canadian migration system IRCC is entitled to reward all applicants. They must refuse also the people who don't fulfill the requirements and they are not suitable and they are useless. So that's the psychology of immigration officers. But what I am listening, I may be having wrong information from different consultants, but that some students are very genuine, having 7 bands, having no criminal records, having all things, they are being stopped and their visas are stopped. And now students applying ratio to Canada these days are decreased, and people want to wait and see about Canadian migration. Therefore, my stance is now that if now migration system of Canada is trying to filter, how much successful the time will tell. They are going to distinguish between the useful immigrants and useless immigrants, and they mostly are not giving visas. Mostly they are refusing these days. So I think they are technically doing same thing which Canadian citizens demand. So now why this sentence is becoming viral in Canadian social media channels, that migrations are ruining their society. There are no protests now. People are little a bit satisfied as compared to earlier. I remember the Canadian protesters were on the roads and we were recording sessions, and even Canadian protesters were at number 1 who were talking against immigrants, who was talking against mass migration. If I will classify 4 countries' level of anti-migration protest in October 2025 or in 2025, I think least level, the less frequency of the protest we found in the Canada. So it means there is a stable migration system. Migration system now making checks on immigrants within Canada, and the applications coming from Asia, especially Canada claimed about Indians that they are using some irrelevant reasons to get visas and they don't following rules within Canada. But now if you see the percentage ratio of Indians, almost it used to 20 to 30%, which is very alarming for Indians. And this is one of the main reasons now Canada, I think, they are satisfied, and there is no any spoiling of any Canadian society due to the immigrants, because there are two reasons. Number one reason is that now Canada's little bit being learned that some useful migrants are indispensable. I remember even a position leader at the Justin government level who was almost enemy of Justin in reference to migration, but he was also talking about useful immigrants. And this current Prime Minister Corney clearly mentioned that we cannot stop the useful migrants. So I am also thinking at this level, if housing crisis was due to migrants at just in government 1 year back, whatever the conversations were going on, why housing crisis did not stop yet? Now migration is little bit controlled. Migration system of Canada is being appreciated now currently within Canada, not outside Canada, because now they are stopping genuine people as well in these months. And some very genuine cases, I gave examples now. Similar student may be very successful in Australia, and well, he complete education, he may be a golden man, unique, intelligent man, and can change the scenario of the developed country, and he may serve in other country. And it was the reason that developing countries into developed status, because students who are going from tertiary level, because when they see such facilities of TL plan, teaching learning plan, experiences, practical activities, and they learned a lot, and they learned skills at peak level than their citizens. And when they came to work permit, and when they come to the companies, their motivational level almost 50 times higher than their own nationals. And they work with full dedication, and they raise economy and skills, and the country is raised up due to these skilled people who are trained within those countries. So I think personally that only migration is not the reason of housing crisis. If people are still speaking within Canada, still thinking that migration is ruining their society, and they are still talking that migration is damaging their society, and if they are still thinking that the immigration system will spoil them, my question is only one. Now I think there is a much controlled, better immigration system in the era of Corney. If that is, why housing crisis is still present? So it never means, but at one level I will accept that population increase, the students increase, they need rooms, rents will go on rise, demands will be more, and that is also a mismanagement and the misplanning. I think 10 years before developed countries made plan, 10 years before. So there was also a little bit mismanagement as well. I don't think that migration even 100% stopped, housing crisis will resolve. The population within Canada also increasing. So all problems are not due to the migration. Now it's almost clear. So these words which you are listening, little bit not closer to realistic facts according to my analysis. Thank you very much for the listening. Keep watching.